Hello, pilots, and welcome back. More action at the encounter at Exagol. We have round 3 coming up. We've got Ned versus Scott. Scott's list is so long it barely fits all the things, so I'm just going to update that so we can hopefully see everything on the table there. So let's just get that updated. And then we'll go through what everyone is running today. The scenario for this one is Ancient Knowledge. So it's our first time live streaming the new scenario. So really looking forward to that happening. Also, just a heads up, one of our players is walking through chairs, and I've got a little beeper waiting for my food to arrive, so I may get lunch was a little bit delayed, unfortunately. Whilst going a bit early, it still took a bit of time to get it. So just going to have to wait for that to come up. But we'll go through the list in just a moment. So let's just have a quick look at what we've got. So we have seen these lists on the channel previously in regular games, but we've got Ned on the left-hand side running the First Order. He is bringing to the table Kylo Ren in the TIE Whisper with Brilliant Evasion, Hate, Pattern Analyzer, and Enhanced Jamming Suite. We've got Scorch in the TIE FO with Determination, Fanatical, and Threat Sensors. George Jared, always a fun one to try and say, with Fanatical, Skill Bombardier, and Bomblet Generator. We've got Grudge with Fanatical, Skill Bombardier, and Bomblet Generator as well. And rounding the list out, we have Petty Officer Thaddeson in the Upsilon with Sensor Boys Suite, Biohexagrip Codes, Captain Phasma, Novice Technician, Heavy Laser Cannon, and the Ablative Plating. On the other side, Scott is running a very atypical Separatist list. We've got Vulture Droids, Vulture Droids, Vulture Droids, and Vulture Droids. We've got the Iron Assembler with cluster missiles and grappling struts. We've got 2 Separatist drones, both with cluster missiles, grappling struts, and afterburners. We've got DFS 081 with cluster missiles, shield upgrade, and grappling struts. And 2 HMPs. We've got DGS 286 with cluster missiles, Kraken, and the repulsor lift stabilizers. And we have the Onderon Oppressor with cluster missiles, Django Fett, DRK1 probe droids, and the repulsor lift stabilizers. So, a lot of ships to chew through, but not a lot of health to chew through. I mean, looking at the health spread there, with Scott's list, Ned almost has as much shields on one ship as Scott has on this entire list. But I suppose that is one of the fun things of when you fly ship swarm lists, separatists, a lot of the Empire, you're not going to get many shields in those lists. So, but should be quite a fun one. Ancient Knowledge is the scenario, so that's going to be capturing the triggering the objective and getting that condition card to have the Ancient Knowledge condition. So that's going to make it quite interesting to see who keeps hold of that to score the points or uses it as a free buff for their ships. So just finding some tokens for them for the Ancient Knowledge, because we haven't actually got anything. We need to look at 3D printing something or getting something to be able to show the Ancient Knowledge at some point, but that requires actually doing something other than editing videos. So let's pop these out so that we can have those showing. Let me just let the guys know, ancient knowledge tokens, basically. So there we go. Now the guys at least know why I've just put some random tokens down on the table for them. But yeah, so we're going to start getting everything set up. So they will still need to roll for road because we have 2 I-1 clashes in here. So the road roll will need to be done shortly.
Yeah, I think we want charge tokens.
If you use those,
Yeah, okay.
active, inactive. So and that's my pizza counter going. I'll be back in just a moment, guys. Hopefully we'll have the game set up very soon. Huzzah, we are back. As I said, ancient knowledge, separatists versus the First Order. Lots and lots of ships on the table today. Let's have a quick look at these pilots' records so far. So Ned is 2-0 coming into this, having won both of his games, and Scott is 1-1. So it's currently Ned is at the top of the leaderboard. We've got 1-2-0, 4 1-1s, and a 0-2. And we will obviously post a link up for the Longshanks at the end of the events so that you can go back and have a look and see exactly what happened. But obviously not right now, but later on, after it's all over, you should definitely go out and check out Game 2. That was an explosive game. So just dropping those sensor buoys down and we'll get the game going very shortly. Going to have a little bit of road on here. Obviously, we've got 2 I1s, but other than that, everything is going at the I3 step for Scott. We've got 1, 2, 4, 4, and 5 on Ned's side. Did have an interesting query as well in regards to tractor. Now, obviously, Scott is going to be looking to get on some obstacles. However, they don't look to be very much in the right spot for him there. But Scott's been very much looking to get onto those obstacles, and the question was, can you be tracted off of an obstacle? And in all honesty, I have no idea. It's not something I've actually come across. So it's going to be interesting to find that out. I'm just having a look, see if there's anything. I can't see anything necessarily in this list that is going to do any form of tractoring. Oh, okay, so Petty Officer Thanison. During the activation or engagement phase, after a ship moves forward arc up range 02 gains 1 stress token, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship gains 1 tractor token. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to have a look into that one. Because in all honesty, I have no idea. There's always those interesting interactions that they come up so infrequently that you're just like, how exactly does that work? Please, can someone help? I mean, the wording on there is cannot cause the ship to move through or overlap an obstacle. So I would say as long as you're not... It's an interesting one. It would all depend on the actual positioning of where that ship is on the obstacle as to whether it's going to class as moving through or overlapping. But dials are going down, so we are going to be getting this game underway very shortly. So with the iron assembler in the list, he's obviously going to be there looking to try and do some repairing mechanics on his ships as they get damaged around him. So that could be a key piece to take out, but it's all very low points on Scott's side. 3 points for most models, 4 for the HMPs. However, those FO bombers, they're only 3 points apiece, and so is Scorch. So about to get kicked off. Just got 1 more dial to go down. and then road, and then we will be on our way to see who is going to take game 3. Can Ned keep a perfect record going into this? So Scott is going to get the initiative, and we are rolling in 3, 2, 1, and time for round 3 to go. It's an interesting placement of the obstacles there. They're obviously a bit further away than Scott would probably normally like to see, but we know that in scenarios of area control and objective capture, sometimes being on an obstacle near an objective can be really handy for the separatists. So I'd be interested to see if he does try and get a droid on either the central objective or that bottom right objective to try and be in range 1 of the objective to capture it each turn. Gives him a really key point of going, oh, I might have got more points than my opponent, so I've got to get rid of one. Well, there's one that's safe to get rid of, really. Or even just capturing it so that your opponent can't capture it as well, which is always a really, like, sometimes with this where it's where the charge, you don't flip it as such. You'll take that charge, grab the ancient knowledge, then it's out. Whereas Scramble, you can go and capture that objective, but then if your opponent is a higher initiative, comes in after and captures it back, it's like, oh, I knew you were going to do it. I mean, like, I've done it, I don't have any other action, but they might not have done it you might be denied them an action, but with this, it's once you have it, no one else can grab the ancient knowledge off you until it recharges at the end of the turn, which is quite nice. And with ancient knowledge, you obviously get something out of it as well with that, essentially what I class as a super calculate. Ooh, big move from DGS there to jump right up ahead. Be interesting to see if Ned goes for getting those bombler generators right in the middle of that cluster of droids. I would love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Like, go really aggressive, pull out a K-turn, drop the bomb, get out of dodge. Would be so much fun to see. Right, so a bit of a judge call there. I had to just double check an arc on something. See, was it obstructed? The answer, it was not. Looks like we're just about to get the probe droids dropped out now. Hence the fast out there for the Onderon oppressor, getting those dark probe droids out. see if we can get some big target locks in. So it looks like there'll be no shooting in this round. No shooting, no scoring in turn one, but don't necessarily always get shooting straight away in this, so that's absolutely fine. We'll see what happens. I'm wondering at what point do these vultures start aiming towards those obstacles to try and sit on them. Who's going to try and capture the first ancient knowledge point today? So those bombers have got quite a nice line in on the vultures, but still a lot of shots coming back. Cluster missiles, they've got that Dark One Probe droid there, which is going to be really nice to get the locks out. So they're going to have to be really careful with that. This game is all about those like lock mechanisms. So if you look at it with with the sensor boys there, so placing the two sensor boys, before you engage, you may acquire a lock on a ship at range 0 to 1 of a friendly sensor boy. So you've got that, and then you've got the Dark One Probe droid. It's all about like getting those weirdly placed lock mechanics in effect. So obviously with it, Ned's had to place it in advance, hoping that it covers it. So I think he's done not a bad shout covering where he has. Whereas Scott can obviously launch it, and then it can be moved next turn at range 2, speed 3 as well. So, but once the First Order get into action, I mean, Petty Officer Fadison, he could be picking up a Vulture return if he gets some good shots in there. Heavy laser cannon on there. He's got his 4 dice attack in general, so that could be quite insane. Ooh, big decision there. Looks like with Kylo. Obviously, there is an ancient knowledge objective next to Kylo now, but he couldn't grab that in turn 1. So, does he do something to try and hold that? I mean, that middle one, I don't think there's anything that can be done to grab that, but we are going to be going into so Scott is going to get initiative again for turn 2. So, first is first, the Dark One Pro Droid is moving up further into the board, so that's going to be the point at which Scott can grab lots off of that. So Dark One Pro Droid, obviously it's initiative 0, so it moves first. It's got 3 agility and 1 hull, so a lot of abilities to avoid. But Dark One Pro Droid's controlling player may choose a 2 bank or 2 forward template, and any set of the Dark One's guys, and the player can relocate the remote place of the Dark One at the other end. It can be placed overlapping an object in this way. If the Dark One overlaps a ship, use a position marker. While the ship locks an object or jams a ship, it may measure the range from the Dark One Probe droid. So just going to give lots of coverage there, really, with that Dark One Probe droid. I mean, you've got your own range 3 bubble, but then you've got the Dark One's range 3 bubble. It is huge, but there we go. A lock on to that is Grudge. Looks like we've got a stop move there from just have a look. We might actually need to update Ned's list a little bit, in fact. Looks like it's actually a variant of Ned's list that he's running, and I've accidentally selected the wrong one, so let me just update it. There's not a huge amount of difference, so yeah, so apologies, slight update to Ned's list there. Everything basically stays the same except for Fanderson has a different set of upgrades than we've originally had before. So it's actually Sensor Boy Suite, Pattern Analyzer, Captain Phasma, Novice Technician, and the Ablative Plating. So yeah, a little bit different onto what we had before. Again, as I said, Ned's flown a very similar list previously in the past on the channel. So but big block of droids have moved up. We have one bump from Grudge there, which I'm now going to have to update the colours again. Grudge is a blue marked one on the table. Let's re-update it. There we go. And Jared is the green marked one. If you can just about see that from the ship tokens on there. But it's a very interesting spot there. Jared can get a decent shot on that Ondor Oppressor at range 1. So we've got 3 grabs of Ancient Knowledge. So Ned's got 2 Ancient Knowledge at the moment, one on Scorch and one on Kylo. And DGS 286 has grabbed the other Ancient Knowledge there. First shots of the game in anger there. Looks like this is to Jared. So 2 hits. And that is into DGS. There'll be a lot of shots here. So cluster missiles. Ooh, 3 hits on the cluster missiles. So that is into Grudge. That's a blank, well, blank and a focus. Grudge is taking both of them, and that is, I believe, from DFS 081 that did that. So, Onderon. Ooh, sorry, no, that was from DGS that did it. That makes a lot more sense. So, just the crit from that one. Going through. Oh, direct hits. Ned has really not had much luck with direct hits recently. Well, that's going to be half points on Grudge. Again, fortunately, Grudge is only 3 points. The half points is only 1. So it's not the worst. Ooh. Oh, 2 hits into Grudge. This could be. That is Grudge down early doors. We are seeing some absolutely explosive turns here at Entoyment at the moment. Ships are just dropping left, right, and centre. We saw it last term. We had 6 ships go down in 3 rounds of shooting. So that is 1 bomber down. Let's see what can happen next. Was that in range? Wow. Oh, natural evades there. Natural evades for the Upsilon. Of course, the Upsilon. Yeah. The plus side is, at least if the vultures can shoot, the Upsilon can shoot. Oh, 1 off of Madison, but still, he's evading stuff, which is impressive. So, Iron Assembler going to have a go at Petty Officer Madison now. The debate of whether to network calculate there. So no more damage there. So looking at what shots we've got left, it's basically just Petty Officer Madison left. He's going to see if he can take out that Iron Assembler. Oh, 4 hits. That could do it. So 2 evades, 2 damage through. So half points on the Iron Assembler. It's going to give 1 point. So looking at it, that is going to be Objective-wise, 2 points for Ned on the Ancient Knowledges. He has got 2 condition cards. He is going to have to drop one. Unfortunately, though, this turn, as you can, when you score 2 points, you must get rid of 1 Ancient Knowledge. So, interesting turn there. Some very close engagements. Grudge going down to a direct hit. We've seen a lot of Ned. We need to check Ned's damage deck because I haven't looked at what he's been putting recently. We think he might have too many direct hits in there because he's always pulling the direct hits out at the moment. He's just that good. He needs to give himself a disadvantage, or at least that's what he thinks. But I mean, Grudge going down, that is a real shame. But only 3 points. It's 3-4 at the moment in Scott's favour. Iron Assembler is down to 1, so can be taken out quite quickly. And the plus side is for Ned as well. Other than Thanison, all of his ships shoot first now, so they have that advantage. So it is now the time of the PS killing. Or initiative killing, if that's how you want to call it. Obviously, pilot skill kills is how we used to refer to it, but initiative kills, it is time for the First Order to get out of first gear, really. But when Ned has had a good, solid run through so far, going 2-0. But we have now featured all 6 of our pilots that we have down here. We have a little 6-man tournament down at Entoyment in Poole. So, again, it's fantastic to have everyone down here. It's great to see some people we haven't seen in a long time, actually. But I am anticipating at this point seeing some shenanigans from the Separatists, just looking at what they've got on their dial. I mean, at the moment, the only one that I can see that could potentially park themselves on the rock is the Iron Assembler, and I don't know if he's in a position to do that yet. So, I mean, they've got the 1K turn, but I just don't think that's going to be very handy. But I also see a thing. Skilled Bombardier and Bomblet Generators. Obviously, it would be lovely to have it in that position to do it with Grudge and Jared, but Jared has that option right now. I very much expect to see it. Okay, we are system phasing. Okay, so the initiative does go in Ned's favour there. So system phase, we've got a bomblet generator down. The Dark Pro Droid has gone at initiative 0. And there is a cheeky little boost there from Jared. Just looking over the table to my right, and it is the T-70 off. 10 T-70s. One is already dead. Oh, is it Joff again? He's still not shot a proton rocket, is he? 3 games down, and Joff still doesn't know how to launch a rocket. But that is a different table, and I did jokingly say that we should try and get that on stream. There's a part of me that's glad we didn't, because trying to keep a track of that mess, woo, that would have been difficult. But Thanison, oh, he's moving in big and aggressive. Yes, this is exactly what Neb wanted. He wanted that range one. Oh, there we go. Iron Assembler on to that obstacle. Only one that I would have actually anticipated to be able to do that, so wholly expected of him. Thinking we might see some side slips from the HMPs here. If they switch their repulsor stabilizer. So let's see where these separatist drones are going to go. Brum, you're not buzz droids, that's not going to help. So if they're all going to be going for that, I foresee quite a few bumps here. If green is also going in that direction, it might have been a mistake to do it in that order. Hard to say. Hard to say at this point. So it looks like backtracking to get that lock from the Iron Assembler. Obviously, collision for yellow. Scott just decided whether he wants to actually do an action there. So could red calculate. There we go. Red calculate for yellow there. Oh, and tractoring with Petty Officer Fadison's ability, which the nice thing about that is, whilst it's not at range zero, he's taking a stress. He's -1 to his agility. He is in a prime position to be range 1. And here comes another one. So I think that's a lovely bit of play there. I think that's actually worked out quite nicely there for Ned with Madison. He's got the range. He's got that range 1 shot onto yellow, and also triggering the bump from the Onderon as well. That's potentially going to be damage. That's a dice out of the tray. That is damage onto the Onderon. Careening into the separatist drone there. I think that tractor beam was really nicely played there, actually. Just kind of disrupted a lot of what Spot was wanting to do there. I think he was okay with bumping yellow and green bumping, but at range 1, because Onderon would have then been able to get out. But Onderon has just collided in, so very much less than ideal there. Now it's just DGS 286 to go. Right, let's see. Oh no! Those HMPs need to retake their pilot's license. They are not doing great. Another collision there, and another damage. The HMPs just don't like themselves at all there. Taking damage from colliding with those vultures. Oh, this is a nice little swing round here from Jared. Are we going to see a capture of the ancient knowledge there to... I think... Oh, no, going to go with that focus instead. Aggression is the word of the day right now. Here comes Scorch. Oh, maybe Scorch will grab it? You know what, actually it makes more sense for Scorch to grab it. Looking at the state of the board, knowing what the dials are, yeah, that does indeed make a lot of sense. And Kylo, what is he doing? What is Kylo doing? He's going to miss that obstacle. Let's hope. Yeah, he's clearly going to miss that. So Kylo just coming around doing Kylo-y things. But as we see at this point, oh, actually boost in, see if he can snipe out the Iron Assembler off that rock would be absolutely amazing. But we are going to have Kylo versus the Iron Assembler. I think I know where I'm putting my money on this one, to be honest. But you just never know. It looks like we got bullseye there. So, interesting one there. Obviously, Kylo jamming himself with the enhanced jamming suite. While you defend, if the attacker has no green tokens or there is a jam chip in the attacker, you may roll one additional defense dice. So that's really quite nice there. But going into the Iron Assembler. So force expenditure there. And the Iron Assembler So the Iron Assembler does survive that round. A little bit disappointed there. So just a reminder that there is a bomblet generator to resolve there. No effect from the bomb there, unfortunately. Only catching the Underwater Oppressor at the back there. But it is time. Oh, Scorch going aggressive. Taking the stress and roll some extra dice. Going to be going into that Underon there. Now the debate, does he spend a calculate to take no damage? Oh, sorry, redoing it. Okay, so he gets the evade. So didn't realise it was on the Scott didn't realise it was on the underrun, so he had to re-roll because he rolled too many dice. But the more important one here. The more important one is checking that up. So going into the separatist. So that's 2 hits onto yellow, -1 because he is tracted. Yellow is going to take 1. It's very slow going at this point, but having lots of calculators out there is always very beneficial for those droids. Frustrating though it may be. Ooh, 2 hits going into Thaddeus, 3 hits into Thaddeus. All 3 going through. So lots of shield drop there. Disappointingly for Ned, there's a lot of shots going in. Oh, that's 2 hits. Another 2 shields down. That is half points on Thaddeson, and he is a big 6-point ship. So half points is going to be a lot there. Another one on Thaddeson. One of the big downsides of the Upsilon is a big bulky ship. It does not evade very well, but one off the range 0 shot. Evaded. The Upsilon gets the evades. Oh, that's a big old shot from the Upsilon. Spending that focus, that's 4 hits and a crit. Goodbye, yellow separatist. Absolutely nothing that could be done there. So end of that point scoring wise as well. It's going to be another 2 points for Ned for the ancient knowledge and 1 for Scott. So taking out yellow separatist and half points to guide assembler and the objective scoring, it is 8 points to 8 at the moment. Very, very tight on there. Obviously, Thaddeson is only 5 away from going down, so that would be another big 3 points. But, as I said, it is currently 8 points to 8 going into turn 4. With 36 minutes remaining.
No. Not at all turn around.
Yeah, there's obviously a big cluster of ships right there in the middle, like a lot of droids to try and get through. Idris Evans obviously probably quite happy where he is, but keeping on those ships is going to be difficult. Ned's got to be a little bit disappointed that he didn't manage to take out the Iron Assembler last round. Ooh. Phasma being triggered there. Everybody getting stress. Pretty much catches every enemy ship there. But that is a lot of red tokens on the table. That's surely got to make Scott change what he was going to do in preparation for that. I mean, we've got double stress on the green separatists. The Onderon's both stress, Iron Assembler stress. Yeah, it's stress all over the place. Gonna need to have a readjust as to what is going to happen this turn on what Scott's styles are, because suddenly quick turnarounds are not a thing. But again, at the moment, the issue is it comes down to who gets initiative. Well, I mean, Thanos's going to go first, so Thanos could just do something small to stay in place and hope to cause collisions. Everything else is indifferent to who goes where, because we know the Iron Assembler is just going to rotate on the spot. He's not going to go anywhere else. It's what can actually come back onto the Iron Assembler, though, and take that out, because that could be a real thorn in their side. Yeah, tricky. But Scorch and Jared are a nice place to come in round. The biggest concern for me is Kylo's positioning. He's not in the best of positions, but I mean, Kylo could do something crazy. Could K turn over the top? And Ned is going to get the initiative going into turn 4. Right, so no system phase move from Ned. Let's see, does... So Petty Officer Thaddison does not clear through, kind of anticipated. The real question becomes, how in the way is he going to end up? Do we see the DFS 081 try and land on that center obstacle? Iron Assembler is turning and repairing, but still. So just having a look at the Iron Assembler's ability there. Just not one we see very often, to be honest. So Iron Assembler has rotated. Now, I'm not going to lie, I would love to see a really, really ballsy move of Kylo Ren K-turning over the top of the Iron Assembler to basically say, fooled you. Completely expected move there from DFS 081 to land on that objective there. Makes a lot of sense, in all honesty. So let's see, HMP's up next to move. Just decided which order to do things in. Order is going to be very important here. We saw it earlier where Scott put it into a nice order and then Ned just went, I can track this, so that's not very good for you. So we shall see how this goes. But we've got the move done. There's a lot of debating at the table. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. I'm not entirely sure what is. Okay, so HMP is finally moving. So clearing that stress. But as to whether he's still going to end up having a shot at this point, unknown. I mean, right now, like I said, the Scorch and the Jerry can follow along, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, that droid is bashing into his buddy. Oh. Does he end up taking damage there? Does the Green Separatist... Green Separatist takes some damage from colliding into his cohort. Now the question is, will Onderon, or let's see, will the Onderon be able to clear through nicely as well? What is he doing? Is it too hard? Oh, interesting. Coming straight at. Oh, red, absolutely perfectly there from Scorch, who is able to fit that right in front. That is absolutely lovely. Could cause a few issues for Jared, but you know what? Getting Scorch in there like that, range one, with all of his shenanigans, that is going to be quite powerful. Scorch obviously has got determination, wayful attack. If the defender is in your bullseye, you may suffer one hit to add a focus result. It's also got threat sensors where you defend. If you're not stressed, you may re-roll one focus result. So a lot of shenanigans there with Scorch. But Oh, this is. I don't think that's going to clear, but it is interesting. No, that's definitely not. No, it's a shame. It was a bit of a long shot for Jared to clear. Yeah, it was always going to be a real long shot for Jared to clear, but that bump is going to end up being triggered by the on oppressor, so not going to require rolling for damage. But again, doing well with the objective control there from both players. Oh, Kylo does bump into the back of Thanos that in all honesty, I still would have loved the K-turn over the top. But, and Kylo takes a little bit of damage. The disappointing thing there is that the iron assembler is still up. So just looking now to see who the target of opportunity is going to be. That's a Friend of the Force getting 2 hits and a crit. Looks like this is going into. So crit focus. So evade focus and crit. So DFS has just obviously changed that down to a regular damage with his results there. So two. Oh, that's a nice hit. 2 hits and a crit and a evade and focus. So that is going to be that separatist droid down. So just having a look at what we've got on there. So yes, the on oppressor is shields down. DFS 081 has 1 shield remaining. The 2 separatist droids are down. DGS 286 has also still got 2 shields. That's another couple of points though for Ned, taking 8. 11-8. And checking arc from DGS there. Interesting way of doing the arc there, taking the ship peg out and then resting the range ruler through it. Gives you a straight line, as long as the range ruler is still pretty straight. So, but now just wait and see. See where these shots are going to go in. Oh, cluster missile from the Onron into Jared. That's not bad. So hit, and okay, so hit, and crit into Jared. And that crit is a fuel leak. It's 2 focuses and a calculate crit there. All evaded. So as I said, fuel leak on Jared there. So many shenanigans going around there. Oh, that's not bad. 2 hits and 2 crits. Oh, direct hit. Another direct hit. And that is going to be the Ondron Oppressor absolutely oppressed there. So many direct hits that we've had on stream today. It is absolutely ridiculous. But points wise, that's going to make a big difference. 15-9 as well. So it looks like we've got iron assembly. It's going to be the final one shoot. It's going to be range 1 into Kylo Ren. Kylo has already taken some damage. Hit crit, going to spend that calculate. Oh, 2 evades, a focus, spend the force, take no damage. Thank you very much. And so again, Phasma giving a stress to DGS and the Iron Assembler. Ned is going to score 2 more points there for the objectives as he's not spent them. Scott is going to score 1. That's going to take us with 15 minutes left in the round to 17-10 in Ned's favour. Apologies, 16 to 10. I was looking down the board, couldn't see that the DFS had also got an objective there. So it's actually 1 point each, 16 to 10 in Ned's favor with 14 minutes left on the clock. So yeah, 14 minutes left on the clock. Iron Assembler's back up to 2. Like, that was a brutal shot into the under presser from the Upsilon. The Upsilon was looking really, really out of place earlier, taking so much damage, but give it a turn when nothing is shooting at it and it gets just to shoot back, and suddenly things change drastically. Now, looking at this position here, not much that Madison is going to be able to do. Could just push down and grab that objective and then have essentially 3 ancient knowledges on the table. Obviously, we know that the Iron Assembler is likely to be turning around. DFS is going to be turning around to try and get some shots in. Where DGS goes, the HMP, it's a tough one. It really is a tough one for him. But Ned could quite easily send Scorch after Iron Assembler. Kylo after DFS, and then Jajero can go either way. So it's quite a nice position that Ned is in. Really, he has definitely the more options, and again, other than Madison, all of his ships are ahead. Like they go first. So could PS come? And that's what they want. We really want that initiative kill there for Ned. But yeah, very close. This is going to be the round that decides it. Either player here. Well, Scott's a little bit further behind, but if he can take out Famison, that's 3 points, and possibly to Jared, that's 5 points. That would bring it right back in there. But Ned just needs to push in and see what he can do. I do think that Kylo turning in towards DFS is the right move. Didn't have much luck against the Iron Assembler earlier, but really wanted to be trying to take that out. So you've already got. It's weird because you've already got the half points on Iron Assembler, even though he's back up to 2 points. He's already given up half points by having gone down below the half point measure anyway. So possibly Kylo and Scorch just go straight in for DFS, 4 health there, take that out, use Jared to go towards Iron Assembler and try and take him out. Because Kylo and Scorch, or Kylo I5, Scorch I4, when all of them are out initiative the remaining ships on Scott's side. In fact, all of the ships on Scott's side. But if you can really capitalise and take him out, but with the initiative roll. It's going to go in Ned's favour for round 5. 10 minutes on the clock for round 5. Let's see what this brings for our players. The question is, does... Oh, just the reinforcement fantasy. I mean, could have potentially gone for the objective, but you know what? Actually, taking the reinforcement is pretty good. It's going to mean that it's very unlikely of going down now, because with 5 health, the reinforce not only a couple of 3 dice shots potentially into him, which means if he gets all 3 and there's no evades, and Thalison doesn't evade, that's only a maximum of 4 clever option there. Let's see. Oh, not sticking around. Interesting. That was very unexpected. I honestly assumed that DFS was going to spin around. As Scott's reminded me, it's only 90-degree turn on that turn. So you can't do it all that off. You can't get around 180. Which is fine. I mean, in all honesty, I very rarely play my Separatists, so... But it looks like it's all going in for the Iron Assembler then. So Iron Assembler is back up to full health, but still counts as being half-pointed. But 2 points on the Iron Assembler with 7.5 minutes left to go. Yeah, it's going to be tricky, but at the moment it is still 2 objective points apiece. Oh, Judge Jared has decided it's time to take the kid gloves off and has got that lock in place. Kaido getting that hard turn in place there. Would have been absolutely perfectly lined up to take out DFS. But DFS has run like a chicken. Off to the next sofa sale. So here is where it's going to get really, really interesting now with the shooting. Who is going to take this? So 3 hits into DFS. Oh, natural evades. Natural evades there for DFS. That is... But this is into the Iron Assembler now. One at the Iron Assembler. Gets the evade. Scorch is going big. So far, it's trail mix. That one was cocked. 2 hits and a crit from Scorch. So that's going to be a hit crit. Absolutely nothing that can be done about that. So the hit, the crit, we know what Scott's crit luck has been like. Is it going to be another direct hit? Damage power regulated. Yeah. So that means that the Iron Assembler will not be on that rock next turn. Unfortunately, you can't score half points twice. But that does mean that we are going to get some shooting back. So 4 minutes left. So reinforce won't trigger, but that evade will trigger. No damage onto Petty Officer Thanison there. Iron Assembler with the final shot of the round. Oh, cluster missile from the Iron Assembler. So 1 hit, having to spend the target lock. Oh, Thanison is taking 1 more, but again, already half pointed. Not going to make any real difference there. So other shot going into Jared there. Oh, it's a crit. Oh, it's the evade. Exactly what was needed there. Otherwise, that could have been quite dangerous with that fuel leak. So, end of that turn. It is 1 additional point for both players. That is going to take it to 17 points. 17 points to 11. So 17 points to 11. 2 minutes left in the game. The only thing that's really could potentially change here.
17-11, yeah.
It's all about the differential at this point. If one of them can get a dial down in the next 1 minute 50 seconds. Right, there is a dial down. We will be having 1 more round here, guys, to see who is going to take this title. It's a big mountain to climb for Scott to get it. He would need 8 points to 7 points to overtake Ned, and that's before. That is before the objective scoring as well. So, going to be an interesting one to see how it ends up.
What's the score?
Oh, so just got the result in from one of the other tables. Very close game over there between the Resistance mirror match. We have a couple of dials down, so hopefully we're going to get some action very soon. But right, let's see. It is going to be Ned with the initiative in the final round of this game. Aggressive from Fadison, just coming straight round. Capping the objective. Love that play there. If Ned doesn't score any, if Ned doesn't use any of his objectives, he is going to score. Update for those of you that were watching in game one, where Joff was the only T-17 not to fire his proton rockets. He is now 3 games down, still yet to fire a proton rocket. And apparently in the mirror match, the other Joff also didn't. However, we have seen that Joff launch a proton.
Can he take a? He can't take a ion. Can he take a photo?
I can take a focus if I can do the action. You can't.
So Ion Assembler, Ion move off. Does kind of suck for droids a bit because they don't get access to a focus. So when they get Ion, they get nothing. But I suppose when you are just all circuits and motherboards, ionization is going to be a little bit more painful for you than normal. So as it stands, it is looking to end 19 to 12 with no damage being done. So we will be jumping straight into game 4 not long after this. Going to give the players, once this goes over, give the players a little bit of time to get into the tables that they're supposed to be in, and with the right players, and then we'll get our overlay set up on this side. But yes, looking like this is obviously going to be without something crazy happening, this is going to be another win for Ned. I mean, we've got a sloop there from Scorch, in behind the Iron Assembler, who is now back down to 1 health. So Jared is just going to careen into the Iron Assembler. He's not bothered at this point. But the unfortunate thing is that if it ended last time, it would have been quite nice for Kylo Ren, but Kylo Ren is potentially... So Kylo is going over that obstacle there, so going to take 1 damage. So shields down on Kylo there. So it's time for the shooting. What is going to happen there? Kylo is going into DGS. DGS is still fairly healthy. It is an obstructed shot. It's just 1. It's evaded. Okay, moving on. So it looks like Jared into Iron Assembler. Oh, it's a crit. Oh, the Iron Assembler is down. That is an additional point there. That's going to take, so that's 2 more points, 19 to 11. As they say, the writing is on the wall there. So we do still have 2 shots left, which would be DFS, Fanderson, and DGS left to shoot. Oh, that's a pretty spicy shot there. 2 hits and a crit from DFS into Kylo. Could this be the upset of the game? Oh, it could be. Hit, crit onto Kylo. Oh, it's okay. It's a fuel leak. Half points there. 19 to 13. And next up is DGS. Can he do 4 into Fanderson? So it's 3. Fanderson will live. So Fanderson has 1 remaining. And then Fanderson now gets the reprisal. Can he get half there? Need a big shot. A big shot. We've seen Fanderson go spiky recently. Oh, very spiky from Fanderson. 5 hits. That is half points. So that is big. Looking at the objective scoring, adding the final 2 there for having more, and 1 for Scott. It's going to end up 23 to 14 in Ned's favour. Absolute savagery from both players there. Really good game. We are going to end the stream there whilst we move on to our next round, guys. So round 4 is going to be coming up very soon. I need to let the players know exactly where they are going to be. So, yes, we have the round 4 servers up, but guys, we will be back very shortly. So don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.